If I had it to do again, I wouldn't. I'd put an extended seat on it, put a sissy bar on it, and whatever I could put on the back of it, that's what I'd carry. I wanted this to be an instruction video. Maybe you can watch it and learn some things. But yeah, it kind of sucked. Good morning, good people. All right, so next project on the bike after the shield is to put saddlebags on it. So to put saddlebags on it, I have to relocate the license plate and the turn signals and the brakes. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. This may be a one-day project. This may be a multiple-day project, depending on how easy it goes. It's supposed to be a pretty easy, pretty quick project, but we'll see. All right, be back to you in a second. All right, so most importantly, I've got the anti-stress elixir going for me. So it says securely place motorcycle on a motorcycle jack and unbolt the lower bolts on the rear shocks on both sides and lower the tire. All right, so we've got her on a jack. I've got the tire up off the ground, but what I'm thinking about is I'm going to lower the tire back till it touches the ground, and then loosen my shocks, and then jack the bike back up. I think that'll actually work better. Then remove the seat and disconnect turn signals and license plate connectors. Remove the turn signals and license plate light from the inside of the fender. And then we'll go to that part next. And then we'll take care of that part when we get there. Let's just do this then. I think this comes down a little bit. Let's start touching. Tire is just about touching. So let's go ahead and break everything loose. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remove the fender, or the seat from the fender. And what I'm assuming is, so license plate, left turn signal, right turn signal. And that is, I don't know, that's some other stuff. If I was smart, I would probably label these before I disconnected them, but I'm pretty sure the right one on the right side stays on the right, left on the left stays on the left. And if I get them backwards, they're just going to blink backwards, and I don't know which ones to fix. Alright, so the bolt for the shocks is a T50, and then on the inside the nut is a 3/4. Loosen these for now, and then we're going to lift the bike just a little bit. The good thing about the fold-up license plate is it folds up. Alright, I'll get my assistant to give the jack one little push. Smoothly. Okay. Too much.
Can we do it up?
No.
Okay.
What I can do, get a crowbar to wedge the wheel. You have got to be kidding me. We're already got a nail on this tire. Where the hell did I pick up a nail?
I don't know, you live in it, you work in it, industrial.
Luckily, I have tire plugs. Well, I know how to plug a tire, so I know what I'll be doing after this.
Is it the brand new tire you put on?
No, this is, no, I've never
Or you
changed
put on
this tire.
a BMW?
Yeah, I put the new tires on the BMW, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, this is kind of a stupid way to put a shock on. That one didn't even have a washer on it. Luckily, I got some extra washers from Lowe's. This should fit it. Lucky for me. Alright, let's drop the tire out of the way. Now we can jack the bike up.
Want me to hold it up?
And that should give us all the clearance we need. Well, we will be doing a tire plugging video next, because I sure as hell ain't gonna go get a brand new tire for a tire that's only got 2,000 miles on it. Alright, so up inside here, this is the bolt for the fender, and this small one right there is the one for the turn signal. And on this side, same thing on the other side. The small one is the one for the turn signal. So you want to take the small one off, the one in the middle, not the two on the end, because then your fender ends would come off. And we're not ready to take those off yet until we get ready to put the bags on. So these rivets, I'm trying to figure out where these rivets are that I need to drill out. I think it doesn't have rivets anymore. I think what it actually has is these little screws in the back of the light. So I think we may just be able to screw those out. I guess we'll find out. All right. I guess we'll see. Not exactly sure how much I need to keep taking off. So I guess I'll keep going until, yeah, I guess I'll keep going until it comes off, I guess. 9/16. All right, so it looks like both of these do need to come off. Let me consult my papers again. Okay, well. All right, so I guess this whole plastic piece needs to come off. The piece that's not really metal, it's actually plastic. Got me there. It's just a plastic piece. Shame on you, Harley. Wow, what I wouldn't give for a right angle pneumatic drive right now. I have one, I just don't want to break it out right now. The wrong end of the light came off. No shock there. And it won't push back through. Harley, what have you done? Yeah, right at the bottom of the page, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you got to cut these wires and extend them. So one thing I do not like doing is cutting into factory wiring. But they give you wire. I have shrink wrap. I guess I'm gonna cut some wire. It's against my better judgment. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna back up enough where I can always make up for it later. They give you all these butt connectors to redo this stuff. I'm gonna use real connectors. I'm actually gonna solder them back together. Alright, so this should pull out now. Alright, so as it turns out, we do have to take off all of these side pieces here to get the brake lights and the cables out and the stems. So, luckily I already had got the T40 on hot standby. So we'll go ahead and get everything else off here. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty upset with Harley for this to be so dumb. It's a pretty dumb way to build stuff. Spring loaded or something? Shit. What the hell, Harley? Every time I look at these instructions, can't do it the way they say do it. Weird. Okay. I'm gonna have to use my vice grips. Yeah, you can't do it the way they say do it. I'm gonna have to use my vice grips. All right, so I've got the turn signal off for the right side. So let's go ahead and put these plates back on. Okay. And do the same thing we did on the other side. Taking off this side trim piece. And it says to mark this and cut the, so you can see this. It says to mark that and cut it off, but to drill out, I'm not sure if you can see these bolts up in there or not. Let me see if I can get up in there. So those two rivets right there, we've got to drill out to get this side plate off. And as of yet, I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. So that'll wait a few minutes until I decide if I really want to do that. Because I may be able to just get a saw and cut this off here. So let me get this side plate off real quick and we'll figure it out. And of course this turn signal is doing just like the other one did and not coming off at the nut. It's unscrewing from the bulb housing instead. I've already been through this once, I already know how to take it apart, so just keep trucking on. Alright. So we're off. That side's off now. And vice grips again. If I haven't figured it out, I live really close to the airport in Memphis. My wife says when I'm thinking really hard, I get my Homer Simpson lip out. Marge. So these videos, I don't actually probably think they'll take off at first, but as people start looking for this will be like my TomTom 550 video and my other oil change and my service reminder videos, where they don't start getting popular, they don't start getting hits until people actually start searching them, and then they end up being my biggest videos. I hope that's what happens anyway. Oh, you're coming out. Alright. I'm probably gonna have to take all this back off when I do the saddlebags and the saddlebag racks, but for now I just want to do it one step at a time, figure out what I got, and I'll come back to it. I'd rather take my time on it instead of trying to rush ahead and see what I got to do next. Alright, so just figured out, had to take these bolts back out again, and then the top bolt to get this out. This is how you get this piece in here. I was trying to figure this out. This is the license plate support strap. And it does look like I'm gonna have to take these back off, get this on a table, and cut the rest of this. Cut the rest of this life support. This license plate support off. All right, okay, taking it apart again for the 5th time. It's just practice, right? You just get better at the things you keep redoing. That's my story. All right, so now we gotta drill out these back holes if I can get in there. This is kind of ridiculous to get to. We'll do our best. I'm not sure how they expect you to drill these out. All right, I had to bum through a lot of that. So it turns out, so to get this on, I had to pull this off, take this off, pull this off of the old piece, saw the old piece off with a hacksaw, and yeah, it got pretty crazy. So now I just figured out that I need 3 holes for this, one for this for the alignment tab, one for the wire, and one for the bolt, and I only have 2. So now I got to drill some more holes. So bear with me. I'm getting there. This is way more than I thought. I thought this would be the short part of this. I thought putting the bags on would be the hard part. Nope, it's the turn signal relocation. So I'm still working on it. So I feel like this kind of needs some explanation. So these universal fit parts work, but the directions are very vague, and they tell you, even though it's for a Harley Sportster, the directions are very vague. Like when it tells you to take off the original bracket for the license plate holder, it doesn't tell you that, oh, by the way, it's aluminum, and when they say remove license plate part of the bracket, what they mean is you have to saw it off, and it's 1/4 inch aluminum plate, and you got to saw through like 8 inches of plate. So it takes, and you got to figure this out. The next time I do this, it'll probably take me 2 hours. This is taking me all day, and a lunch break and a couple of water breaks and some beer breaks, because I've had to just stop and say, okay, give up for now. I'll come back to it later. So where we're at now. But yeah, I got to drill through the license plate supports, run wire, and I still got to splice the plugs in. I'd say probably a 6-inch extension on every one. So I'm getting to that. So that's the part I'm still working on. So all right, time to drill out some holes, I guess. All right, so we went up to a 1/4 inch. We're gonna try this, see if it's big enough. 1/4 inch is big enough, but we're gonna go ahead and bevel the hole inside and outside. That way there's no sharp edges. Because I sure don't want to cut my cable. If I'd have known I had to do this, I'd have done this off the bike. It would have been so much easier. little dab of anti-seize because I sure don't want these things coming off. And that is too long. Okay, I'm not sure what bolts they want me to use. That is not the right bolts. It says they give me hex bolts with it. Didn't get any hex bolts with it. Supplied hex bolts? What hex bolts? I don't see any hex bolts. It does say, warning, do not drill into the tire and smooth the edge of the hole. I did. I did not drill into the tire and I did smooth the edge of the hole. Good on me. Install the turn signals onto the newly installed bracket using supplied hex head bolts. There are no hex head bolts. These are the original bolts, and they are not going to go back in here. All right, let's see what we can do to scavenge this project. So kind of find out the one wouldn't go in because there was gunk in the hole, and the other one's going on just fine. So we're going to go ahead and get the other one on, and then I'm going to dig the gunk out of the other one, I guess. I guess that's how we're going to play this. I still have to wire this thing tonight, which should be the easy part. I shouldn't say that. Okay, we're tied in there. Now I got to get some kind of auger and dig the crap out of this other hole. Let's see if we can get this one on too. Somebody's out trying to blow up their scat pack. I'll allow it. There's some kind of rubber goo in these holes. Looks like paint. It's paint. I have a tab set. I sure don't want to have to use it. Not on an electrical part. Okay, we're through. So let's try the bolt that actually goes in it now. We didn't have all kinds of trouble trying to put it together. Would it really be custom? Hey, gin bugs are out. They make you work for this, that's for sure. Alright, she's in. I'm not going to put the shocks on yet. We'll go ahead and get this wire ran, and then we'll put the shocks on. Film at 11. Let her burn for a little bit. Yep. Now we got a good fire going here. So we'll turn her down just a little bit. For now, just gonna tin these the old-fashioned way. That's one. Anybody that's gonna comment, I already know. I got scars all over my head. That's what 20 years in the military will get you. Just lots of scars. Not much else. Here's another crazy thing. So this is the bolts that were left over when I was done. It kept telling me use the button head bolts and nuts to put the license plate on, and there were no button heads. So I thought maybe they were talking about this, and I have no idea. No, maybe they were talking about that. No, I had no idea. So I don't know what they were talking about. So yeah, just leftover stuff. No clue where it goes. So it didn't come out like I wanted it to. I got the piece on. It's on. It actually works. Everything works pretty well. But yeah, this was so much more than I thought it would be. I thought it would be very easy. There's things on here that came with it that I guess the instructions were so vague. Take this off, put this on. Hey, there's these pieces. Put those on because they're to block, they're to fill the holes that we left, and no further instruction. I've put Viking bags on a bike before, and it wasn't that hard. This license plate and turn signal relocation bracket that I thought would take about an hour I've been working on it since noon today. It's midnight now, on and off all day, taking lunch, taking breaks, but I mean literally 10 straight hours of that was trying to figure this thing out, taking it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together. If I had to do it again, I wouldn't. I'd put an extended seat on it, put a sissy bar on it, and whatever I could put on the back of it, that's what I'd carry. But since we're already going on it now, I got the fender, or I got the turn signal and license plate relocation done. So next weekend I'll be the bags, and that, I hate to say that's supposed to be the easy part, but we'll see. All right, see you guys next week. Tune in. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, share it with your friends. I wanted this to be an instruction video. Maybe you can watch it and learn some things. But yeah, it kind of sucked. So till next time, thanks for coming. Bye.